published 1013 est, the 8th of January. The 2018 updated 1300 est, the 8th of January 2018. Former England captain Geoffrey Boycott has expressed his frustration at his former side's humiliating Ashes display, with bowler Jimmy Anderson on the receiving end. The tourists were comprehensively outplayed by Australia, a 40 defeat rounded off after losing the fifth Ashes test by an innings and 123 runs in Sydney on Monday. And England legend Boycott, 77, was quick to take aim at the team and their apparent lack of preparation. Scroll down for video. Geoffrey Boycott speaks to Michael Vaughan Centre and Jimmy Anderson on Monday. The former skipper expressed his frustration at England's humiliating Ashes display. The 77-year-old, who is in Australia as a commentator for BT Sport, was discussing the defeat with fellow former skipper Michael Vaughan and bowler Jimmy Anderson when he took particular exception to a comment made by Paul Farbrace. The England assistant coach response to his team's failure in Australia had been to say that planning needs to start in the next couple of days if the national side are to have any chance of winning in Australia in 4 years' time, and with Farbrace not present, it was an awkward-looking Anderson who was left to bear the brunt of Boycott's disapproval. Read the full transcripts below. Anderson stood awkwardly as Boycott tore into the England team and their lack of preparation. Michael Vaughan: anything you want to add? Geoffrey Boycott: a lot, but I'd just like to ask one question. Farbrace talks about planning should start now, but who's going to do the planning? Who does he mean? It's alright saying it. It sounds great to all the public, all our viewers, but who the hell's going to do the planning? I mean, you ought to have been planning for this 1-2 years ago. So, if we're going to start now, then who? Because we have 18 chairmen. None of them are cricketers, hardly any. Vaughan: he's in a grumpy mood. Jimmy Anderson: sounds like it. I think that's a question for someone above my pay grade. The 77-year-old demanded answers over who was in charge of England's future plans. Boycott: yeah, but he shouldn't say it though, Jimmy. He shouldn't just throw it out. We should do some planning. Who does he mean? Vaughan: well, the directors of cricket, you know, Andrew Strauss and all the management. Boycott: there's plenty of them around. Vaughan: but they'll be trying to plan. They'll learn from this, I'm sure. GB: well, they haven't done a very good job. At this point, Anderson exited the conversation with BT Sport presenter Matt Smith and former Australia fast bowler Brett Lee replacing him. Matt Smith: that was a tough question, Geoffrey. Wasn't it? Boycott: it was simple. I just asked what the public are asking. He made the statement, not me, and I'm asking who. Boycott, clearly irritated by discussing the display, decided he had had enough of the chat. Vaughan: but you've asked the question to Jimmy Anderson. That's not Paul Farbrace. Boycott: well, the vice-captain. They must have discussed it. He actually said in his interview about how we must start preparing. So he said it, not me. I picked up on it, I picked him up on it and I picked Farbrace up on it because they talk about planning and preparing but they haven't done it. What they've done for this series obviously hasn't worked. That's if they've done any. Vaughan: are you off? Boycott: I hope so. I've had enough of this. Walks off, throws microphone to the floor. Fans were quick to react to the awkward exchange, with some praising the England legend and others deeming the questions unfair.